Hello everyone! Hope we're having a fantastic Sunday. Today we're going to do the Endwalker physical range DPS quest, and then hopefully we have enough time to do the final master role quest. Let's not dilly-dally too much. Let's head on over to the, what's this place called again? It's the Radiant Hosts place? Sundrop, okay. Yeah, Hall of the Radiant Hosts, that's right. Let's head over here, talk to the Doman Delegate. Get started. Seeds of Disquiet. Wait, is it Disquiet or Disquiet?
Disquiet.
Disquiet, okay. To deprive of peace or rest. Okay. Seeds of Disquiet. The Doman Delegate is seeking able-bodied adventurers on behalf of Lord Hien. Do mine eyes deceive me? Lady Brilliant! Oh, thank the Kami! Lord Hien has requested assistance in the resolution of a most urgent matter, the hunt for a felled beast believed to be a blasphemy. Though we have made great strides in ensuring the safety of our people, we fear even our finest shinobi will be no match for this enemy, for it commands the skies of Doma. But as your talent for striking down foes at a distance is beyond compare, I can think of no one better to aid us in overcoming this adversary. 'Twould be my pleasure. Well, if no other marksman is up to the task. Oh, Kami be praised! I shall inform Lady Yugiri, oh yay, Lady Yugiri, that she may receive you at the Doman Enclave. Safe travels, Lady Brilliant. Okay. Head on over to the Doman Enclave then. Let's see, it should just be right here. And actually, did I do my full donation this week? No, I didn't. I still have some left. I'll go ahead and throw some stuff in there since I have some extra stuff. Be 10, going the wrong way. Be 10k, 12k. I think it said like 13k in there, so I'll go ahead and get one of these out too. Oh, it only has 10k left. Okay, I'll just do this then. Because I didn't have enough junk to throw in there. I didn't have enough junk to throw in there at the beginning of the week. So I'll just go ahead and do that. Yay, we get to talk to Yugiri. By the way, you never did get back. By the way, Yugiri, you never did get back to me about that date. I mean, what? It is good to see you, Brilliant. When we received word that you, of all people, had answered our call, I could scarcely believe it. Yet here you are. Lord Hien will be pleased for this reunion. If you would wait here a moment. Thank you, Gary, making me wait again. Well, well, that the Kami should guide your steps to our door once more. Whoops, I forgot I had that on. Pray forgive me for not affording you a hero's welcome, but time is not on our side. Not long after receiving word of men transforming into hideous beasts in Thavner, a similar creature was born of a woman in Isari. After attacking another villager, it took to the skies and fled, though to where we know not. An all too cruel twist of fate, for the one slain was among the prisoners returned to us in that deplorable exchange with Asari in the with Asahi. They call him Asahi or Asahi? I forget. I'll say Asahi. No, I'll say Asahi. With Asahi and the Empire, just when they had at last begun to piece their life back together. This blasphemy must be stopped. Alas, our foe is wont to keep to the skies, well beyond the reach of our samurai and shinobi. Thus did we seek the aid of those proficient in ranged combat, able to pluck the beasts from the heavens. Of course, martial prowess alone will not solve our problem. Others have turned into weaker, but no less gruesome abominations. as was in the case of Thavner, and their numbers increase by the day. From what I understand, this phenomenon is not unlike a sickness which spreads by feeding on fear and anxiety, emotions which, of late, can be found in abundance. Slaying the beasts means nothing if the people's hearts cannot be put at ease. Lord Hien! You have to help! The villagers, they... Sir, please, calm yourself and tell us what happened. Another is turned in Namai, my lord. For a blessing, no one was harmed when the beast flew into a rage, but the people are in panic. I fear what may happen next. Oh, let's head on over there then. It would seem we have even less time than I thought. Worry not, we will see to the beast. As of yet, there is no cure for this affliction, but we will save what lives we can, I promise you. I trust you are ready to join the fray. Oh yeah, let's go. It was last seen near the glittering basin. Come, I will show you. So where's the glittering basin? Probably like the south side or something. Oh, we're already. I thought that we were actually gonna be in the Enclave still. Without a cure, we've no choice but to cut them down before they can cause them more harm. Still no sign of the beast, or any other for that matter. The beast was right here, I swear it. I thank you for leading us here, but it is not safe. Please, return to your village. We should split up if we're to have any chance of finding it. Brilliant. Would you see to the west? I will search in the north. Yugiri, I leave the east to you. If you find it, remember, those blasphemies are no longer people. You don't need to tell me that. They will not hesitate to strike you down, so you mustn't either. Now, let us not waste any more time. Alright, no, he said east, right? Oh, north. Well, that works anyway. I'll just head to the conveniently marked area. Let's see. Anything around here? Oh, there, I see a suspicious purple circle. I'm not gonna do my full rotation. Also, I have no idea how to use some of. I still need to figure out where to put some of these, like the fan dance 4 and starfall dance. I need to figure out where to actually put those. Right now, they're just in positions, and I'm just gonna use them as they are there. All right, frightened youth, I've taken down the blasphemy. Are you all right? We heard shouting and came as fast as we could. It would appear Berillion arrived not a moment too soon. Why? Why'd you kill my brother? Your brother? Young man, that creature was not your kin. Not anymore. Had she not laid it to rest, it would have killed you and countless others. But if your heart cries out for one to blame, let it be me. The beast was slain at my behest, for it was the only way. No, no! You're wrong! You killed him! Murdered him! I hate you! Ah, yes, this guy. Mr. Orange. Issei, what are you doing here? He lives in the village. We're not that far. Searching for Tombo. Though clearly you found him first. The monster was his older brother, as you may have guessed, and Tombo gave chase the moment it ran off. I beg you forgive him for his outburst. His brother was all he had left. Their father was conscripted by the Empire, and was, regrettably, not among those returned to us in the recent exchange of prisoners. The hope they might one day be reunited was their only comfort when the Viceroy still ruled. I can only imagine how they felt when she walked into Isari, a shadow of her former self. Getting some flashbacks. Tsuyu may have had no memories of the monster she was, but her victims still see her in their dreams. Nevertheless, like many, the brothers prayed your mercy would see your family restored. Prayed your mercy would see their... Okay, yeah. But then they learned of her death, and of their father's absence. Deprived of hope and hate, all at once, they had nothing. My apologies for your rambling. Oh, it's called exposition, dude. No, it was rather an enlightening tale. I spared the woman who brought him pain, and took the brother who brought him comfort. I would hate me too. I swear I will set things right for Tombo, for all the people of Doma. Please return home, Issei, and be safe. Let us return to the Doman Enclave. This ordeal has given me much to consider. Okay. Yeah, it's actually kind of interesting to show a kid's reaction to this. Because, like, of course, kid logic. You're like, you can fix him. He's still good. You killed him. Like, that is a perfectly normal reaction to that kind of thing. To this situation. Anyway, let's talk to Hien over here. Well, let's talk to you, Gary, first. I do not envy Lord Hien the burden for now thrust upon him, but he shall not have to bear it alone. Well, yeah, we're here. I owe you a great debt for your timely assistance, and an apology, for I've made you an executioner in young Tombo's eyes. Would that I had been the one he witnessed cut down the beast his brother had become. But we haven't the time to dwell on regrets and what should have been. No, we need to take action, and after hearing of Tombo and his brother, I believe I know what must be done. A great many of our brothers and sisters were returned to us in the prisoner exchange, but even so, there are those who yet remain lost to us. Meanwhile, Yotsuyu, who was directly responsible for much of our people's suffering, was never held to account for her crimes. In death, she claimed vengeance for her suffering at the hands of her brother, but it came at the expense of justice of her countless victims. The people of Doma have every right to resent me for failing them and their grief. But what of those who cannot bring themselves to do even that, who are left alone with their anger and their pain? It may well give way to despair, and then they would share the same fate as Tombo's brother, yes. Which is why we must needs consider who else might share in his anguish, ere we find ourselves beset by more beasts. I will begin making rounds of the villages to inquire after those whom their neighbors believe are most distressed of late. Okay, that sounds good, but, like, you're one man. You can't just go to like every, I mean, I realize like in these maps, there's like one village in Doma, but like, it's supposedly this is a whole country. Very good. And I and the other shinobi shall continue our search for the blasphemy which set these events in motion. And you, my friend, we will need of your talents again ere long. Rest assured, we will keep you apprised of our findings. One thing that I find odd is that I did the Samurai Stormblood quest the other day, and they were talking about the Lord system and the whole, it's basically a Lord and serf system in Doma, and how like you have the oppressed farmers and the terrible lords. But then you have Hien, who's like the king, and like doing good, and then they like never mention this whole Lord system in the main story. I mean, I think they do, but like they don't mention the like bad stuff that happens under it. It's just, or is that, or was all of that happening under Garlean rule? And that's not actually how the government works. But that's, never mind. Let's get back to what we're actually working on. When the Kami answer, Lord Hien's extended absence from the Enclave does not sit well with Yugiri. Ah, brilliant. We have yet to ascertain the whereabouts of the blasphemy from Asari, but, for a blessing, we have received no reports of others who have turned. Lord Hien, for his part, has made a I never know how to say this. It's concerted? Yuck. Has made a concerted effort to go about the villages and converse with his subjects directly. I suspect his constant presence has served to allay the people's fears. As one might expect, he has never been dedicated and diligent, but I fear he has always been away. He has been away over long. I thought to go and visit what should have been his last destination. Is sorry. Might I ask you to accompany me? Oh, you don't have to tell me twice, Yugiri. Thank you. I'm sure there is no cause for concern, but nevertheless, I should be glad to find him quickly. Alright, let's head out over to Asari. Let's go ahead and take the Aetherite to get out of the Enclave. I'll eventually do stuff with Bosja, but right now I don't want to get even more relic weapons that I'm, oh, Asari's out here, that's right. I was thinking of Yansha in this place, Namai, that's right. But like, I have too many weapons and stuff in my armory chest, and I don't want to get even more. Then again, I can just level up my resistance level and not do weapons, I think. And then just eventually do a bunch of them once I collect a bunch of materials. Because like, I've got this whole section in my inventory here that's just anima weapon. Most of it's just anima weapon stuff, and of course some Mandaryl weapon stuff. Because eventually, since those are best in slot, I'm going to be wanting to do those at, like, when I can. But we're not doing that now. We're heading out to Asari. Isari, right? Yes. Oh, there's Hien. She found him pretty easily. I assume. Thank goodness we found him. But why has he remained here so long, I wonder? Probably a lot more people in the place that it actually, like, originated. Brilliant, Yugiri. My apologies if I gave you cause for concern. Assessing the state of affairs here in Asari has proven difficult. To put it simply, the people, one and all, refuse to speak with me. Ah. Okay. They simply bow their heads and turn away at my approach. Knowing the blasphemy originated here, I couldn't help but wonder if that has aught to do with their silence. Perhaps you could attempt to engage with the people in my stead. Surely they have no cause to deny the two of you. I sure hope not. Nevertheless, I will don a disguise, lest they draw undue attention. Come, Brilliant, let us see what we can discover. Thank you, both of you. mean, aren't people gonna recognize me? Like, I guess it would be a little more reasonable for them to recognize Yukiri. Since she's like, #1 Hien simp. Do the people not wish for the monstrosity to be laid low for a peace and to reign once more? Why have they elected to behave in such a manner? Actually good to have him saying that stuff so that he's like actually a human and doesn't just like know everything. Because in a lot of cases, Hien is just like the all-knowing eye who knows everything. All-knowing and just knows everything. Yeah, this is who I need to talk to. I owe a great debt, Lord Hien. If not for him, I would still be fighting under the Imperial standard. But the village suffered dearly under the occupation. What's more, our lord failed to punish the Viceroy for her crimes, and failed to reunite many with their loved ones. I understand why some would think poorly of him, even if I do not. Then why aren't you talking to him? Okay, let's talk to that one. Of blasphemy? You're mistaken, my friend. Our village was visited by a monster, but a kami is a nami. Oh. This is how it's gonna play out. They're gonna think it's a god, and they're not gonna want us to kill it. That's gonna be really annoying. Where Lord Hien is cold and callous, she offered us boundless compassion and love. It's always religion. Okay, let's see, is the last person up here? Yeah. Concerned villager. Aye, that's right. The blasphemy was born of a young woman here in Asari. Tragic, really. Every day she prayed for a safe return of her husband, but it was not to be. If I'm honest, I fear the loss drove her poor mother-in-law mad. Kisei has ever been devoted believer in the kami and their blessings, but she's somehow convinced herself the Minato has become one. Oh, okay, that's who we spoke to. Okay. So hopefully it's not that, but I think we're still gonna have to solve her problem anyway. The delusions of a grieving parent, obviously, but an alarming number of people have come to share her belief. Heresy is what I call it. Is what it is. Oh, that's... Okay, so we are gonna have to deal with the religion that popped up here. That reminds me of, in the Mistborn books, with Sazed and the religions and everything. And how, like, Kelsier ended up becoming a deity among the people. The situation here in Asari is complicated, to say the least. That's an understatement. I see. Little wonder they would refuse to confide in me. The belief held by some that this blasphemy is a kami, however, is quite concerning. Izanami presides over life and death. Oh, right, that's, hold on. Izanami, or Izanagi, is... Izanagi and Izanami are goddess and Shinto religion. I'm checking it out again, because I know those names. Who invites? Izanami, formerly referred to, means she who invites, or female who invites. Creator deity of both creation and death in Japanese mythology. Okay. That makes sense from what he's saying here. Izanami presides over life and death. She gives birth to the nation of Doma and ushers souls of the departed onto the land of the dead. I trust you understand what it means to deny them a source of hope in such dark times, even one such as this. The villagers also claim this Kisei can speak with the dead. In fact, she will be holding a gathering to demonstrate her powers ere long. What? Well, you should probably attend that. The perfect opportunity to gauge the extent of their fanaticism. Not for me, of course. My presence would draw undue attention. Might I ask you both to attend in my stead? Okay. Her followers will be gathering in the tavern. Come. Is it the boy there? O spirit of Asari, I beseech you, lend me your voice and let your presence be known. Cross the veil and be among us once more. Akisu. Father? What? Still tending the nets, like I taught you? Yes, Father, every day. Thanks to you, we will never want for fish. Our bellies are never empty. I am proud to be your son. I was always too embarrassed to tell you that before, but... And I am proud to have been your father. May you be ever blessed by the sea's bounty. This seems like a huge crock. It hurts! Father, what's wrong? He is in terrible pain, my child. Those who have cheated death's design yet live. It has disrupted the natural order, and the spirits suffer for it. Oh, sure. What must be done to ease their pain? You must die. Fear not. Izanami shall put all to rights. Lady, I think you may have cracked. She will claim the souls not long for this world, and deliver them unto the hereafter. When her work is finished, your father's spirit and all the others will find peace. Yeah, there's the boy. Forgot his name. Tomba? Can you find my father? Can you help me speak with him? Kise, can you communicate with my husband? What about my family? Help me, Kise, please. Well, this isn't good. She's becoming a cult leader. Well, they're just a group of peace-loving individuals. Yep, this is it. She seemed convincing enough, but was that truly Akisu's father that spoke through her? I highly doubt it. So, is Kise's ability all that she claims? I mean, maybe? A young man spoke with his dearly departed father through her. I find that rather hard to believe. Even so, those in attendance appeared quite convinced, my lord. Of course, I forgot to start my recording. Oh well. I'll just have to use the Twitch for the Twitch VOD for the first half an hour. And I suspect a great many villagers I've spoken with recently are as well. Everywhere I went, the people were in so much pain, and there was nothing I could do or say to give them solace. Yet for all their anguish, There has not been a single report of villagers turning since the incident with Tombo's brother. That's a good thing, but are you sure you want this cult to perpetuate? Which can only mean the word of Kisei and her ability to speak with the deceased has spread. The belief we can communicate with our loved ones in death is a comfort far beyond my power to provide. Though I fail to see how the people would abide the kami claiming innocent lives to restore order. She's come! Izanami! What? The blasphemy? Here? Is it actually here, or are we gonna run into something else? Lord Hien! The kami! She appeared as if from nowhere, and in the next instant, this poor man was... So we were too late. I spoke with him before in Sari. Wasn't he the one of the villagers returned in the prisoner exchange? That's right, we spoke to him before, I think. You recognize him then? Curious that he and the blasphemy's first victim were former conscripts. What could the fiend be after, I wonder? It does not become my lord to speak ill of the kami. Uh-oh. This is Miss Cult Leader? Yep. I understand you are come to investigate the rumors of a monster born in our village. A blasphemy, you call it, but you are sorely mistaken. My daughter-in-law, Minato, was chosen to serve as a vessel of Izanami. Haven't we heard this story before? It was in the... Was it one of the role it was in the Limsa role quest, right? For Endwalker? Where... I forget which one that was. I think that was I think that was melee DPS. Where the... Sahagin were... interpreted the transformations in a similar way. And now these people are doing a similar thing where they're saying that she became a god. It's interesting. My daughter-in-law, Minato, was chosen to serve as a vessel for Izanami. I witnessed her ascension with my own eyes. Nope, migraine time. Minato, please! I can't. I won't. There's no logic in it. No justice. The Witch of Doma was spared, given a second chance, and my husband, condemned to die as a conscript. I'll never know what became of him. Lord Hien can't give me even that. And when I look at the families he made whole, their happiness, I feel the hole in my heart. The gaping wound that will never heal, begin to bleed. Only at my beloved's side will I find peace. You mustn't lose faith, Minato. All this will be well. Trust in the kami, in Izanami. I want to believe, but... And she's gone. I expected more of a bird-like figure. Like with wings. Not a floating tentacle monster. Izanami is come to bring peace to the souls of the departed, to restore balance between their world and ours. Surely you would not dare defy the will of the kami. Oh, she's not a god. This balance you speak of has claimed the lives of 2 innocents, but have recently returned to us. I will not accept that the kami would condone such cruelty. No crueler than the sight of Yotsuyu free and forgiven, while my husband and son fought Garlemald's wars, now dead and forgotten in a foreign land. With all due respect, Lord Hien, is it not your duty to protect Doma and her people? How are we to place our faith in the man who places the enemy's safety and well-being above that of his own subjects? There's no real counter to that. Only the kami are deserving of our adoration, as they have always been. Yeah, well, this isn't the kami. Of course, it has to be religion. Are you all right? For a moment, you seemed unwell. Yugiri, don't you know about this? How I get those migraine flashbacks? Anyway, Hien, what's your counter? The villagers are no doubt loath to ask it of me, but preparations must be made for burials and funeral rites. I can offer that much, at least. You seem distracted during our conversation with Kisei. Is something the matter? Well, yeah, I got another convenient migraine. And flashback. The echo, and the blasphemy was indeed born of Minato. To bear witness to such horror, her mind must have struggled to comprehend what she saw. And as a woman of faith, perhaps her only surviving family becoming one with the divine was the one reality with which she could come to terms. I believe I know now what must be done. I but pray her fervor does not drive her to oppose us. Come, let us return to the Enclave. Okay, let's teleport back. Nope, not that one. Gotta make sure I don't click on the wrong thing. Don't want to accidentally go to the Azumi step. Alright, Hien. Let's wrap up this quest. First, we gotta talk to Yugiri again. Still waiting on your answer, Yugiri. What do you suppose Lord Hien intends to do? I don't know. Let's ask him. What do you intend to do, Hien? From what you told me of your vision, the nature of Minato's despair, as well as the focus of her ire, is clear. 'Tis plain she was a good-natured and kind-hearted woman, grieving for the loss of her husband. This loss alone may not have been enough to turn her, but my failure to hold Yotsuyu to account, together with the sight of other families reunited, compounded the turmoil in her broken heart. A path to despair paved by my good intentions, a truth that will weigh heavily on my consciousness unto my dying day. Minato was prepared to die in sadness rather than live in hatred. If she could see the beast she has become, she would implore us to stop her. Which is why we must find the others who were reunited in this, returned to us in the prisoner exchange before they come to harm. Once their safety is assured, we may hunt down the blasphemy and bring it close to this tragedy. He's just gonna hunt it down and not worry about the repercussions of killing a god? Or what they think is a god? I don't know how this is gonna play out, but I think we might run into some issues with that. Alright, that was the 86th quest, right? Let me see, where are we? Roll quests. Yeah, okay, we're still gotta keep going. Wait, this one has more quests? No, this has the same amount as usual. Okay, let's go ahead and do the next one. Home no longer. There's work to be done, yet Yugiri appears reluctant to take action. Ah, brilliant. If you are come to ask about the blasphemy, I have not to share. As of yet, our shinobi have seen no signs of the beast. The returnees, however, are all accounted for, and Lord Hien has seen them safely to to the Kane-Con. Hien-Con? Sure. As such, he is presently assisting with the hunt. For blessing, there have been no reports of other villagers turning, and yet, before the situation takes a turn for the worse, there is a matter I feel warrants further investigation. Kisei. Though a villager of Isari, I suspect she may, in fact, hail from my house. Sui no Sato, well, I mean, she's like a white-horned Aura. So, like, yeah. Knowing they would be loath to answer my inquiries, I entreated the Kojin to contact Sui no Sato in my stead. To hear tell of it, Princess Kurenai has made great strides in establishing stronger ties with the outside world. That's right, because we helped her with custom deliveries. At mention of Kisei, however, their cordial warmth turned strangely cold. Ah, okay. If we are to learn more, I fear we have little choice but to go and speak with the people of Sui no Sato ourselves. A simple visit for you, I imagine, but my banishment complicates matters. That said, it has been many years since I left home. Were I to disguise myself, I might well go unnoticed in your company. If you are willing to take the risk, I mean, it's not really a risk for me. Thank you. Let us make for Onokoro then. Alright, let's teleport over there. I always get Onokoro and the Kojin place mixed up. So, like, I think, when I think of Onokoro, I thought it was the beach, which it is. But I thought there's been other times where I've tried to teleport to the Kojin place and accidentally went here. So, Yugiri, I don't know how you're going to... Oh, okay, she's wearing her ARR outfit now. Guess they didn't want to make yet another outfit for her. Although they could have just used the plainclothes one she used earlier. Probably would have fit a bit better, to be honest. Because this still kind of looks like a military uniform in a way. The garments I wore when we first met. Sufficient, I think, to conceal my identity. I mean, you still got the same unique hair that no one else in the game has. How many years has it been since I last saw home? I am a shinobi of Doma, aye. But even as a child, I sought to ensure the safety and survival of Sui no Sato. I was quite bold in those days, if not a touch reckless. You're reckless now. Remember how you went and tried to fight Xenos on your own? And together with the other children, I often ventured beyond the borders of home. Oh, how brazen! We yearned for adventure, and so one day, we sought to behold the wonders of Doma. Imagine our horror to discover a city of ruin and ash. Imperial soldiers marching through the streets. We fled at the sight, but in my haste, I lost my way in the bamboo groves. Okay, this is gonna be Hien, where she became #1 Hien simp. It was there. I first met a young boy named Shun. Oh, okay. Oh, right, yeah, that was his name. That was his, name that Gosetsu called him when he was undercover or whatever. A sweaty mess as he swung his wooden sword with reckless abandon. Training to fulfill his duty as a samurai, he said. Having seen the destruction of which the Empire was capable, I too felt a need to protect my home. I joined him in his exercises, and every day my resolve to protect those I love grew. Sadly, my elders refused to listen. They were content to remain hidden beneath the waves, and hopefully the Empire's notice. With a heavy heart, I left in search of the strength I believed we sorely needed, and I found it as a shinobi. But I fear the people feared war and conflict would follow in my heels should I return. I do not begrudge them their decision, nor do I regret mine own. Part of me is overjoyed at the thought of seeing home again. Openly defying the wishes of the Ruby Princess, however, would bode ill for my family. They have suffered enough for my transgressions. This is why, for their sake, I would remain naught but a faceless shinobi at your employ. Okay, she's actually gonna put on the helmet? Or the mask thing? Thank you. With that in mind, let us make for Sui no Sato. Alright, let's head into the water then. Alright, we're gonna talk to Yugiri again. Oh, okay, never mind, we already teleported. And yeah, she's wearing the full thing. All these years, yet naught appears to have changed since the day I left. Well, that's what happens when you do isolationism. But now is not the time to reminisce. We have work to do. Kisei's departure from Sui no Sato was likely decades ago. Perhaps the village elders will know why she chose to leave. Probably wanting to marry someone outside, like, marry a hero or something. Yugiri is now accompanying you. Keep her at your side. Oh, trust me, I'll keep her by my side. She just keeps on not answering my, you know, requests. Did you leave the area? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Oh, no speech bubbles. Let's go ahead and check on Amiable Elder. Kisei? The name sounds familiar, yes. And yet... Apologies, friend. My memory is not what it once was. Or you're conveniently forgetting. Let us seek another. Okay, where do we need... Let's see, up here? Or... Oh, there it is. Cheerful Elder. My, it's been quite some time since I last heard that name. She was a priestess of the village, banished after drawing the ire of a former ruby princess. What has become of her after all these years, I wonder? Please, is there anything else you can tell us? Yungani was quite close with her, if memory serves. Perhaps you should seek her out. Could you direct us towards her? Instead of, like, going back to what you were doing? Mother, I'd hoped to avoid my parents, but if there's no other way... Brilliant. Might I ask you to take the lead like I've been doing this whole time? Okay. Yep, gotta go talk to her parents, of course. There they are. Let's look at the dad first. I say, are you not the adventurer who aided Yugiri in Doma's liberation? No, I'm not. 'Tis good to see you again. To what do we owe the honor of your visit? I brought your daughter. Brilliant! Kisei, yes, we were close, but that was a long time ago. Still, if I can be of assistance, the woman to whom we owe so much. I will share all I know. Kisei was born to a family of priests, and even at an early age, she was possessed of extraordinary abilities, which was expected of her. But everything changed the day she said she could speak with the dead. Oh. Wait, so this has been going on for a while now. Okay. No one believed her at first, but she continued to insist she could, and strove to prove it by demonstrating knowledge well beyond her years. Knowledge of events to which she could not have been privy. Word of her talent eventually reached the Ruby Princess, and she was summoned to Chisui of the Violent Tides for a private audience. Oh my. No one knows what Kisei said to her at the palace, only that the princess was incandescent with rage, and ordered her exile forthwith. Some believe Kisei revealed a terrible secret of the royal house, or perhaps spoke a blatant falsehood that proved her a liar. Indeed, the knowledge she claimed to divine from the dead was not always truthful, but who is to say the dead would know the truth, or not seek to deceive? Thus could we never be certain if her ability was simply a fantasy or a power divine. Very interesting. The one thing that is certain is that no small number of people found comfort in her words. Would that I could tell you more, but sadly, I've not seen or spoken with Kisei since her banishment. I mean, she's like right up there on the coast. You can just go talk to her. Oh wait, no, she's not allowed to leave. Forgive me, but have we met your companion before? She looks familiar. No? Just a nameless shinobi. I believe this is the first time our humble shinobi... You can just flat out... Imagine she does, considering she's... Really? I believe this is the first time our humble shinobi has visited Sui no Sato. Actually, I kind of wanted to see how she would react. Ah, is that so? For briefest moments, you reminded me of someone quite dear to my heart. Being a shinobi, I presume you have heard tales of Yugiri Mistwalker. Oh yeah, I think she has. Should you have chanced to meet her, may I ask you to deliver her a message? Tell her that her mother and father love her, that we could not be more proud of her. I will. I have no doubt she feels the same, and not a day goes by without you in her thoughts. Ahem, I believe we have heard enough. Shall we return to Onokoro? Sure. Though I don't know how they don't recognize her voice, and her tail, and her height, and her horns, and her voice. Anyway, just suspend your disbelief. My apologies for placing you in so peculiar a situation. Though I must confess, it did my heart good to see mother and father well. All the more reason I must do all I can to keep the peace, as a shinobi of Doma. No, as a member of the as a member of the Eastern Alliance. Mayhap there will come a day when the Sui no Sato opens to the world. A day when Yugiri Mistwalker can be reunited with her mother and father. Would that Lord Heian could afford the same opportunity. But Lord Kyan and Lady Mina have long since passed. Two of too many lives lost in the Imperial occupation. I cannot imagine he would ever succumb to despair, but make no mistake, Lord Hien knows the pain of his people all too well. I can see it in his eyes, and if I may be honest, it troubles me at times. Well, yeah, you're #1 Hien simp, like, of course it would. But perhaps I've said too much. Come, we must keep him waiting. Oh, I'd be able to get to him a lot faster if I didn't have to watch you walking down the dock. Alright, let's teleport back to the Enclave. Wrap up this quest. I think we'll do one more before we take a break. I'll check in. Let me check in a second. For a blessing, Onokoro appears to be untouched by the recent chaos. For now, at least. Welcome back. I trust your journey proved an enlightening one. Actually, it did. So apparently she's been lying for like years now, and like she apparently supposedly says she can. But we knew that already. So she does, in fact, hail from Sui no Sato. And you say she has possessed these divine gifts since childhood? Genuine or no, the people believe her, and more flock to her side with every passing day. But the returnees are safe in Kiankan, its defenses bolstered. As for the blasphemy, I've spoken with our Confederate allies, among others, and together we will establish a network of contacts across the length and breadth of Doma to take up the search in earnest. Mark my words, we will find it. Okay, I was home no longer. Okay, so we got 3 more quests for this section. And yeah, let's go ahead and just do this quest real quick. The devoted daughter. It's 88, right? Yes. The devoted daughter. Yugiri appears armed and ready to leave the Enclave, which can only mean one thing. You've arrived and not a moment too soon. The blasphemy has been sighted on the coast. For mercy, there are no reported casualties as of yet. Just the woman I was hoping to see. No sooner had we cast wide our net than a Confederate messenger was at our door. If you would join us, Rasha awaits our arrival at Onokoro. Okay, sounds good to me. I haven't commented on this yet so far, but I really like the Dancer Relic outfit for Endwalker. This is the best gear I have right now for a physical range DPS, because this is the first Phys range DPS I've gotten to level 90. But I really like this outfit. I might use it for glam. Anyway, let's teleport over to Onokoro. I also like how it shows her back a bit. Shows the muscles. Oh right, I forgot what the name of this guy up here was. This is their leader, right? Yeah, these two. Hear about the blasphemy, yes? Lord Hien and Yugiri should arrive soon enough. Well now, that the noble Lord of Doma should come in person once again. Mayhap these blasphemies truly are a threat. How smart of you. Indeed they are, and I was told that you and yours sighted your quarry quite recently. Aye, that we did. Near the island of Shoal Rock, the beast appeared to be docile by all accounts, but appearances can be deceiving. If it is as you say, and this blasphemy has eyes only for our former conscripts, then we have naught to fear. I trust those we accepted into our care are still in yours at the Kiancon. Enjoy the finest dome and hospitality. He's being sarcastic. Really, dude? Anyway, I know not why you came to the Ruby Sea, nor why it remains idle. Oh, alright, it, not I. Or you. Anyway, I don't know why it came to the Ruby Sea, nor why it remains idle. But if we act quickly, there's a chance we can take it unawares. Yeah, no, there's still 2 more quests after this. I doubt we're gonna kill it this quickly. I propose we divide our forces. If you're willing to go ashore, we'll take a ship and circle around the island. The first to find it will have the honor to kill. As if you guys would be able to kill it. Ha! A simple enough plan. Shall we be off to Shoal Rock then? Sure. Just fly on over there. So, like, are we actually gonna fight this thing, or are we gonna have to wait another 2 quests to get it done? Probably have to wait at least 1 more quest. And I think we might kill it, but then we gotta actually resolve the religion that started. Make ready, Brillian. Should we find the beast first, we must be prepared to strike it once. Oh, trust me, I'm ready. This is where the blasphemy was last sighted. If the fates are kind, this will all be over soon. Oh, yeah, it's just sitting there. And it's gone. Damn. Such speed. I doubt even my falcons could keep pace with that. What kind of weak falcons are you using? Bah! Don't tell me that's the blasphemy flying off into the distance. Of course it is. What else flies like that? I hoped the ill will it bore me in life might compel the beast to stay and fight. Perhaps less of Minato remains than I thought. Minato? That monstrosity was Minato? Let me guess, he liked her. You knew her? Her family tried to flee to Hingashi during the occupation, but the ship was raided and sunk. When we happened upon the wreckage, she was huddled between her parents in a piece of flotsam, desperate to keep warm, but they had long since grown cold. How old is this guy? We took her to Onokoro, where we nursed her back to health. Couldn't imagine what horrors she must have witnessed. The mere sight of our weapons was enough to make her start screaming. She was clearly unfit for our trade, so we sought a village that might take her in. Isari was that village. Several months later, I chanced to meet her on this very beach. She was in the company of a young Ari fisherman, and I knew at once she had found more than a home here. I saw them here many times after that. She found something comforting about this place, I think. According to reports from Adsitan, the memories and desires of those who turn can influence their behaviors as blasphemies, as they did in all the other ones too. Then perhaps Minato's memories are what compelled the beast to come here. Well, they'd come back then? That would also explain its timid nature. Minato was never one for violence, and the sight of you, blade drawn, no doubt stirred what little of the woman remains in the monster. Interesting. In that case, an assault on Kiankan is unlikely, guarded as it is by our samurai. But how are we to fight an enemy so quick to flee at the first sight of danger? Robbed of her parents, her husband, and now her life. I would rather we didn't have to at all. But I understand full well the risk we take by doing nothing. If we catch sight of the blasphemy again, you'll be the first to know. Perhaps next time we can put her soul to rest. That was some interesting insight. So, like, is it gonna come back here? Can we, like, stake it out? We scarcely had time to draw our weapons ere it fled. Perhaps we must reconsider our approach. Yeah, just what I was thinking, Yugiri. There's not to be do now, but bide our time. Come, let's return to the Enclave. That was a quick one. Oh, yeah, let's head back to the Enclave. Okay. Okay, Hien, Yugiri, I'm back. If the blasphemy fears to show itself, there's no telling how long it may take to track it down a second time. Well, can't we, like, try staking out that place like I've said 3 times now? Given what we have learned, it seems likely that the blasphemy will return to Shoal Rock, but that knowledge will avail us not if we cannot prevent it from escaping again. I mean, sneak up on it? Oh no. Is the cult here? Yep, the cult's here. Lord Hien, on behalf of the people of Isari, we have come with a request. This isn't gonna be good. We welcome you with open arms and open hearts. What is it you would ask of me? Probably to let out all the people so that the blasphemy can kill them. Those returned to us in the prisoner exchange have been granted shelter in Kiankan. Yep, they're gonna ask for to let them out. That they yet live is an affront to the Kami's grand design, and the spirits of our loved ones suffer for it. No, that's not what's happening. Like, shut up. Balance needs be restored, and so I beseech you to render them unto the goddess Izanami. No. Absolutely not. Oh good, he just flat out refused. 'Tis not our place to pray for the deaths of others, nor draw steel to sate mere bloodlust. When I take a life, be it by command or my hand, I do not do so in service to vengeance, but to uphold my duty to Doma and her people. How did your mercy for Yotsuyu serve your duty? How were your people made better by the sight of her walking free? For her crimes and her cruelty, I cut her down the day we took Doma Castle. I sought to kill her, and by rights she should have died then and there. But the Kami willed otherwise, and returned her to us alive, and bereft of her memories. With no recollection of her deeds, it would have been Tsuyu who faced punishment, not Yotsuyu. This was my judgment, and for it you were denied the justice you deserved. You have every right to resent me. But you come before me and ask that I sacrifice men and women whose only crime was to suffer, to be condemned to a life of servitude. If you truly believe your cause to be sacrosanct, believe yourselves fit to bear the burden and swing the sword, then step forward. Ooh. Are you the ones who want to execute these people? Sophistry and lies. They were meant to die. The spirits demanded. Well, are you gonna do it? Are these words of the dead or living who yet mourn? Ooh, who's saying this? Ooh, what, Gosetsu? You got Monk Gosetsu? Yep. Words of Isari's priestess and her gifts have spread far and wide, and I thought to see the truth of it myself. By coincidence, I crossed paths with a traveler hailing from the self-same village, who had a mind to return as well, but alas, could not, and so he bid me deliver a missive in his stead. Judging by the striking resemblance, I take it you are young fisher Akitsu. This is a letter from my father. He was severely wounded in battle, but expects to make a full recovery. He's alive, but that would mean... She's lying. She's lying. She's lying. Surely a woman of your talents can divine a plausible explanation for this turn of events. Liar! You shall pay for this contumely. My daughter will make certain of that. Kisei. Well, the religion's dealt with, unfortunately. Fortunately? Oh, now is the despair gonna come back? Yeah, because she was kind of staving off the despair, but now these people are like, oh. But actually, hold on. Now that they know that the people that she was saying she was might actually be alive, they might actually be happier now. Anyway. Apologies for the abrupt and otherwise unannounced arrival. As you can see, my Lord Hien, I am returned. Full glad am I for it. Thanks for your timely arrival. We have given the lie to Kisei's claims of preternatural powers. I gather you are apprised of recent events? It's a little too much. Okay, that's better. It did not take long to learn the state of affairs here in Doma, and that my assistance may be required. I had heard tales of Kisei channeling the dead. It's still on. Trying to adjust my mic slightly. I had heard tales of Kisei's channeling the dead, including the father of one young fisherman. Imagine my surprise when I saw the spirit in the flesh. He was also on a pilgrimage, paying respect to the departed, and we chanced to meet in Liberation Front Infirmary. Would that we were not bound back together under such circumstances, but I'm glad to see you all hale and healthy. You too, Gosetsu. Can I rub your head? Rub your head. Gonna get some good luck. Oh yeah, the boy. Tombo, is something the matter? Well, yeah, my brother's dead. You killed him. I wish to apologize, Lord Hien. It was wrong of me to say the things I said. No, it wasn't, boy. You're a kid. A lot of adults would have done the same thing. I understand nothing can bring back my father, but I was so angry. Please, Tombo, you needn't apologize. It's just, my brother was always so brave, but Father's death was more than he could bear, and it turned him into that monster. If he wasn't brave enough, what chance do I have? We wanted to perform the rites for Father, but the body was never returned to us, so... No, not that I blame you. For that, Lord Hien, I understand nothing could be done. That Akitsu's father survived is something short of a miracle, but I fear he is indeed the rare exception. I've offered prayers at more graves than I can count. It would be cruel to give others the false hope that their loved ones might return. Unfortunately, he's right. And yet Kisei continues to do just that, offering comfort with her lies. A tempting but ephemeral balm for wounds that have yet to heal. Much like the anger some harbor for you, or resentment for the families restored while theirs remain broken. But for those like that poor boy whose heart lack for hatred, who know only sadness and despair. They too may turn. Exposing the truth of Kisei's deception hasn't helped matters. If we are to prevent more suffering, we must pursue a lasting solution. I would be most grateful for your counsel, Gosetsu. There is much I could learn from your pilgrimage. If there is aught you require, but say the word and it shall be done. It's the least I can do for the part I played in Yatsuyu's tragedy. I failed her in the end, but I will not fail you, my lord. Thank you again for your aid, Brillian. The day's events have given me much to consider. When our next step is decided, you will be the first to know. Alright, let's wrap this up. Okay, so there's 2 more quests to do, right? Yes, there's 2 more quests to do, but I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick break. I want to stand next to Yukiri while I wait for her to respond to my, questions. Anyway, time to get up, stretch your legs, go to the bathroom, do whatever you need to, and I'll be right back. Alright. Let's get back to it. Back to Yugiri and start the next one. A singular gift. Yugiri's stern expression suggests she has no good news to share. Regrettably, there have been no sightings of the blasphemy since our first encounter at Shoals Rock. As Tensui surmised, it seems to fear confrontation. We, for our part, have tried to make good use of their intervening calm. Even now, Lord Hien and Gosetsu discuss how we might prevent other villages from turning. If you would wait here a moment, he would no doubt wish to hear your thoughts on the matter. Okay. Brilliant! So glad you could come. As Yugiri no doubt explained, the blasphemy continues to elude us, and so we have turned our attention to other matters we can and should address. After long discussions and much deliberation, we believe we have found a means to allay the growing malice of our people. If you would, Gosetsu. The idea came to us after considering young Toboro's remarks about his father, whose body is never found and returned to Doma. Others, no doubt, share in his melancholy, unable to bury and mourn their loved ones as it is their right. Put simply, they cannot make peace with their loss. Their anguish, if left to linger, might consume them as well. That we might provide the people of Doma with comfort and closure, we will hold a national funeral at Swallow's Compass. That's not a bad idea. Those who choose to attend will be asked to present personal effects of the deceased they wish to be enshrined there. Oh, this is similar to what we did in Alamigo, except it was also for, we chose to hold the funeral for not only the Alamegans, but also the Garleans? I don't think it was for the Garleans. I think it was for the Alamegans and the Black Skulls and the people that sided with Garlemald, or something like that. Spirits reside in all things, but they living or inanimate. And though we can die, a part of us lives on in the items we cherish the most in life. Therefore, in lieu of remains, these belongings will be afforded a place in the royal mausoleum, that the spirits of those lost to us may find their way home to Doma and at last know peace. The announcements have already been made, and a great many people are now engaged in the difficult task of deciding which keepsake will serve as their offering. If the announcements were already made, how did we not know about it? Anyway. 'Tis not a decision to be made lightly, but I suspect they will have made up their minds by the time we go to collect their chosen tokens. I also hope to learn more about the departed from those willing to speak with me, for my benefit and theirs. To break free of their sorrow, they must seek joy in the memories and the love they shared with their departed, and I will help them find it. Might the Liberator of Doma be willing to favor the people with their presence as well? Well, if I want to do this quest, I better. I doubt not that many will appreciate the gesture. I doubt not that they will appreciate. Okay. I read that wrong. Good, Yugiri. Good. Yugiri, I'll leave the people of Isari to you. Gosetsu, might I ask you to... Apologies, my lord, but there is a small but most urgent matter I must first attend to. Okay. Oh, is he gonna get something for Suyu? That'd be interesting. Very well, I shall not pry. Now, Brilliant, let us go and pay a visit to the good people of Namai. Didn't he have a daughter and a wife or something? Not a daughter, he had like a son, a family. Anyway, let's head on over to Asari, right? Oh no, Namai, okay. Let's save a tiny bit of gil and leave for the aetherite. Okay. Head over to Namai. See if we can learn a bit more. Oh, right, Hien. I don't know how many people will speak to you, but let's try anyway. Right then. Before we begin, I would remind you that you need only listen to the tales of their loved ones. As overseer of the ceremony, I see it as my duty to deliver their effects personally. Because of this, it is the utmost importance that we keep clear of any beasts that might damage our cargo. It goes without saying how important it is that their offerings are delivered in pristine condition, and I will go to no... it will do no good to you in a fight while heavily encumbered. Well, yeah. If stealth or flight are not options, I must ask that you fight for us both. But we needn't worry unless the occasion arises. For now, let us be off. Okay, Yan's accompanying you. I prefer you, Giri, but I guess this is okay. I don't really care about Captain Chinstrap that much. I mean, he's a great leader, but not really what I'm looking for. My husband, my dear sweet Moroya, never returned from Garlemald, but perhaps now his soul might know peace. Please, take this painting brush to Swallow's compass. I shall handle it with utmost care. Might we trouble you to tell us more about your husband? Moroya was a kind and gentle soul. There was nothing he loved more in the world than to create. That brush never left his side, not even when he tended the fields. Any spare moment was dedicated to his craft, and he produced the most beautiful most wonderful vistas of Vientia. It was his dream to take us to Kagane, where he would become famous artist, until he was conscripted. In the early days, he would send drawings of the places they took him, though I know not how. But more time began to pass between each arrival, and then they stopped coming altogether. I know not what far-flung land he died, but I pray it was as beautiful as his works. He sounds like quite a man, to hold fast to his art even when forced to endure such hardships. His soul will find peace. Of that, I have no doubt. Alright, let's check out the next one. Grieving Elder. I must thank you again, Lord Hien, for this honor. My son would have been overjoyed to know that his katana would be enshrined at the Swallow's compass. Nay, the honor is mine. I'm sure your son was a fine warrior. Aye, and so was I, once upon a time. A samurai, as it happens, in service to your father when the Empire first invaded our lands. Though we were defeated, our spirits broken, my son Motosue has never one to lose hope. He was determined to follow in my footsteps, gave his everything to honing his skill with the blade. When I watched him train, I felt the pride I thought I'd forsaken dwell in my breast, and I knew he would restore our family to its former glory. Alas... He could have fled, perhaps started a life anew as a vagabond of some sort, but he bore the burden and fought for Garlemald, for fear of what the Imperials might do if he did not. 'Tis plain he was a loving son and a warrior true. I will care for his blade as if it were mine own. See it given the honor and respect due a samurai of Doma. Alright, let's check this last one. Where are you? There you are. Ah, Tombo. That's right, we gotta get something for his father. I realize it's quite large, but I wanted to offer this on behalf of my brother and our father, Suzushiro. It's an urn. If you are willing, I would very much like to hear more about them both. My father, he was a carpenter. That's why he made urns? He was a good man, if a bit stubborn, always thinking about his work. The only time he ever seemed to enjoy himself was when he had a cup of sake in his hand, of course. It's all about the booze. When my brother came of age, he took up the trade as well. It brought them closer. I'd see them laughing over drinks together, or listening in silence to the crickets singing under the moonlight. I wanted to join them one day. This was their favorite sake. You're gonna make me carry a huge giant urn of liquid? You realize how heavy that is? I thought they might miss it. I'm sure it will taste all the sweeter having come from you. I realize no one can ever replace your brother or father, but if you will allow, I would be honored to share drinks with you in their stead, when you are of age, of course. Now what, we're gonna have to carry this thing? This should be everything. Would you join me for a short reprieve before our journey back? Ian, I don't know how you're gonna carry that. Then again, we do have our bag of, what was the term they used? In Merlimentorum, they made a gag about that. About how our ambiguously sized inventory or whatever. Anyway, let's head on over to this. Talk with Ian once more. There you are. They put on brave faces, but the people of Nabai are still racked with grief. It is the same at every village I've visited in the recent days, but it is only now that I am struck by the contradictory nature of my goals. Having joined the Eastern Alliance and taken steps to revitalize the Enclave, I believed Domo was at last on a path to peace and prosperity. I still do. Yet by focusing so keenly on the future, I have neglected the past that yet haunts my people. Even if they do not give in to despair and become beasts that plague our land, like poor Tombo's brother, how are we to truly move forward if we are constantly looking back? You speak of their haunted pasts, Lord Hian, but what of ours? What of yours? Is there not someone for whom you yourself still grieve? Uh-huh. Like his father. Me? All things considered, I suppose it was only a matter of time before the subject was broached. Ha! She cuts at your heart of the matter, and the young lord, for the best, I should think. For the best, I should think. For he cannot lead by example if he has yet not become peace with his own past. I assume this is Gosetsu. Oh yeah. 1,000 apologies, my lord. I was passing through, tending to matters of which I spoke earlier, when I chanced to hear a familiar voice in the distance. If I may be so bold, the people of Doma, one and all, understand the source of your pain. To lose your father in the turmoil of a failed rebellion, his staggering duty to the throne thrust upon you. How could you even begin to mourn when first you had to lead? It would behoove you to take part in the funeral rites, my lord. To take this time to make peace with your past, while it is still yours to spend. Though unlikely, if not impossible, were you to become a monster as well, Doma would surely be lost. True, very unlikely, but... I thank you for your counsel, Gosetsu. But if I may ask, why is it you keep your blade at the ready? I thought this personal matter of yours be naught but a trifle. Or am I mistaken? Yeah, he didn't have his blade earlier. Now he does. Well, I find the katana a superior tool for healing purposes. Gosetsu, please. Speaking of which, I do believe my stomach begs for sustenance. If you'll excuse me, Gosetsu, since when are you someone who cares, or listens to their stomach? Wasn't the first cutscene we saw you in you collapsing from hunger? Training to help slay the blasphemy, no doubt. Fitting that he should offer my counsel, yet refuse to heed it in kind. He is not the warrior he once was, but he is wise, our obstinate friend. Well, that's a good way of describing it. If I am to be perfectly honest, it frightens me to recall it, the moment it all came crashing down. We'd taken Gondoman Castle. Victory was ours. But then we looked out and saw the banners of the 12th Legion marching towards us. The crowned prince at the fore. Uh-oh. No sooner had Gosetsu and I escaped when we received word that Xenos had slain my father. I remember how the fight went out of Gosetsu in an instant. How he wept for his lord, while I felt the weight of profound duty bear down upon my shoulders, crushing, suffocating. The heart of my own breath, the chill of my clammy palms. But duty demanded I master my emotions. When all those around me, Gosetsu included, were consumed by anger and thirst for vengeance, I had to be in control. Under my orders, we dispersed and fled to fight another day. Yeah, that's the thing with leadership. You are the person that people look to for support. But then who are you? But then who do you look for when you're the one that needs the support? To this day, I've not stopped to reflect on my father's death. How could I? Devoted as I am to finding Doma's way forward. By the way, this is supposed to be like 10 or 20 years ago. But now I must. And so, having taken you into my confidence, would you see this through with me to Journey's End? Sure. If it means completing the quest. The keepsake I would offer up at the funeral is hidden in a place not easily reached. We will have to fly there, I'm afraid. But not to worry, my Yule will ferry us. Just a moment. Bro, I got flying here. You don't need to call your bird. They didn't have whistling technology. Alright, Ian, let's fly on wherever we need to go. The place we seek is Plum Springs. It's Plum Spring. In the mountains. Shall we? Sure, let's go. So where's Plum Spring exactly? Up here? No. Oh, down here? Oh, okay, yeah. I've never actually been over here. I don't think there's literally anything that I needed over here. Yeah, you gotta go all the way up to the top. Wonder if that was there before Endwalker. Probably. Maybe there was a sightseeing point there? I don't know. No, I think I have been over here once for some reason, but I don't know what it was for. Maybe it was for like a fishing thing or something. And we are not putting a tree in the mausoleum. My parents would bring me here for a hanami as a child. Its beauty and serenity was such that I could forget the realities of the occupation. Indeed, some of my fondest memories of my family are here, which is precisely why I chose this place to conceal the singular gift my father bequeathed to me as a child. He only gave you one gift throughout your entire childhood? Ah, okay. It's Goku, I mean, Gohan? No, it wasn't that. I'm thinking of the monkey tail. Anyway. Charming, is it not? The great auspice Kition Dasheng, said to reside somewhere along the Daryuk chain. The what chain? In those days, anyone and everyone knew the tales of his prowess. Reckless boy that I was, I once even tried to seek him out, hoping he might help us. I buried it here shortly after my coming of age ceremony. It seemed a fitting place to both part with my childhood and offer a final goodbye to my mother. More a keepsake of mine than his, to be sure. He said mother? Whatever. To be sure, but he is never a man of worldly possessions. Still, I suspect he would allow himself a rare smile if he were to see it again after all these years. He must have said father there. I feel like this is a reference to another Final Fantasy game. And this is precisely how I wish to bid him farewell, with a smile. That's nice. Ah, it should go without saying, I would prefer it not to become known that I kept this doll here. Wouldn't want the children to grow jealous now, would we? Huh. And with that, I believe it is time we return to the Enclave. So he's got his monkey doll, the Monkey King or whatever. The two of you were away for quite some time. Is everything alright? Yeah, he was just playing with his dolls. There are yet more villagers to visit and offerings to collect, but preparations are proceeding apace. Soon the people will have one less cause to be tempted down the path of despair. Of course, there still remains the problem of the blasphemy. The former conscripts will remain in Qiankan until it has been dealt with. We will slay the beast in due time, but before that, I would be honored if you could I would be honored if you were present for the funeral rites. Pray speak with Yugiri when next you visit the Enclave, and she will tell you more of the proceedings. Okay, sounds good to me. You don't need to give me an excuse to talk to Yugiri. I'd be more than happy to. Anyway, let's start this last quest. Laid to rest. Yugiri's somber expression suggests you have arrived right on time. As ever, your timing is impeccable. We had moments ago completed preparations for the funeral. I'll inform Lord Hien of your arrival. You're here. Excellent. The blasphemy continues to shun our settlements, and I begin to make the most of the time its absence affords us. I assume you were planning to take part in the ceremony. I mean, if I have to. Glad to hear it. Unfortunately, Gosetsu will not be joining us today. You mean he didn't want to bring his offering for Suyu? He's injured himself, of course he did. As I knew he would with his secret training, and now grumbles from the confines of his bed. Yeah, that sounds about right. But he will be fine in due course. We may not worry over his convalescence after. We may worry over his convalescence after the funeral. Of course, Gosetsu goes and injures himself. That old man. Oh, right, where do we need to head? Swallow's Compass, that's right. Let's head on over there. Go ahead and leave with the Aetherite real quick. Oh, right, where's Swallow's Compass? Oh, right here, okay. That's not too far. Oh, that's solid, apparently. Ah, yes, time for us to fight. We did like one fight at the very beginning. There was a particular looking doll effects among the effects, but I could find no record of it in our stores. Would you happen to know who brought it? Oh, it's Hien over here. He likes to play with dolls, didn't you know? I hope you, are you still gonna be #1 Hien simp after this? Maybe you can be #1 Brilliant simp. Oh wait, no, no, wait a minute. Xenos, Graha, and Alize are already there. You might want to get in line. The villagers should arrive ere long. Then we may begin. Duty calls. Commence the battle for laid to rest? Yes. Let's go. Oh, cult leader. Lord Hien, He's not gonna say anything. I apologize, my lord. For my transgressions, you're gonna need to do a little bit more than bow your head. I yearned to believe in my daughter was a Kami reborn, but you are right. She is a monster. Words can ill express my shame for advocating the conscripts be sacrificed to appease the dead. And he ends just staying quiet, letting her talk. Nay, this ceremony shall serve far, far better. And so, as a humble citizen of Doma, I offer my deepest gratitude and beg you for forgiveness. You better give her the silent treatment. I would make an offering on behalf of my husband and son, as well as my dear sweet Minato. I throw myself in your mercy, Lord Hien. Allow them a place within the mausoleum, that their spirits may know peace. Didn't you want to kill a bunch of people to do that before? Yeah, but Hien's like the Giga Chad chinstrap bro, so he's like gonna be like, I forgive you. But, don't do it again. There's no need to beg forgiveness, Kisei. Please rise. Ah, okay. Yeah, she's crazy. Yeah, that seemed a little too abrupt. She will come for you. Nah, I don't think so. And if she does, we'll kill her. Ah, here we go. By the Kami! She gave her life to draw out the blasphemy? Well, that just makes our job easier. Blasphemy. Izanami. Sure. Oh, it's time to dance. Shall we dance, Izanami? I don't know if the actually dance partners will actually do anything for Yugiri, but might as well put it down. Might as well give it to her. And you got Chad Hien tanking with a samurai. And a samurai sword. And who the heck is supposed to heal in this situation? Because I'm sure not gonna be doing it. Man, this thing has a lot of health. Well, I guess I could heal with this thing.
Concentrate.
Left sweep. I could do this. Get to 2 stacks.
It is nothing.
A bunch of walkers or whatever they're called. Oh, jeez, I messed that up.
The weave of a shinobi's power.
Oh, got a stack. And spread. I don't know how I'm supposed to live this, like... I can't do much about this. Like potions or something. Okay, we're supposed to get down. Okay. Oh, there's Gosetsu. Of course he's gonna come and fight. Despite being injured. Apologies for the untimely arrival, my lord. Wait, what? I guess now we're seeing Monk Gosetsu. Gosetsu? What is that staff? Pilgrimage proved a most enlightening experience, and is where I chanced to discover the benefits of ascetic training. Ascetic? Sure. I may no longer be fit to wield a blade, my lord, but Shugendo affords me another way to turn the tide of battle. Yep, Monk Gosetsu. So he became a healer. Stubborn as ever. I shall have to thank you later. Let's put an end to this. Okay, let's do my burst again.
For you, Father.
Hey, good. I actually went the wrong direction. Of course I did. And now I'm gonna get double hit. No, I just want one. Should have put up my mitigation there. But I was just trying to head to the get to the stack marker. I do have an interrupt, so I can do that, which that's intentional because they do this with all Phys range. You have an interrupt. Need to get inside here so that I don't get wrecked. Okay, now I can leave? Yeah.
The weave of a shinobi's power.
Okay, let's try and do this one right. Oh, that's right. I almost did it right. Wrong button, but that's still DPS, so I'll go with that. Let's make sure to use my my mitigation this time.
Just but a scratch.
Okay, come on. We got this. Let's see, right sweep? Yeah, it's the right. That always throws me off because I was like, okay, is it their right or is it our right? Okay, we almost got it. There we go. I think I had quite a bit of health, or at least in the first phase it felt like they did. Or it did. Well, Blasphemy's dead. And Cult Leader's dead. A deceiver to the bitter end, but she is still daughter of Doma. She will have a proper burial, and her family's belongings enshrined with the others. The doll. Oh, this is the entirety of Doma. Yep. I have gathered you here today not to speak of the future, but to reflect on the past. To pay respects to loved ones fallen on the field of battle. In honor of their sacrifices, these sons and daughters of Doma shall be given a place here at Swallow's Compass. Though they no longer walk with us in life, they walk with us in spirit. Pray never forget their bravery, that the memories of their legacy give you comfort and strength. Moroya Motokawa, the aspiring painter. He was a man who saw beauty in all things, and one day would have become a renowned artist in Kugane. Motosue Jito, the warrior in training. He longed to become a samurai like his father and bring honor to his family. Suzushiro Kodakumi, the carpenter, a man wholly dedicated to his craft, who hoped to one day pass on his talents to his two loving children. And lastly, Minato Shihogaki and her mother-in-law, Kisei. Theirs was once a happiness to be envied. Minato's parents were murdered by Imperial soldiers, and after being rescued by the Confederacy, Minato was given into the care of a village of Isari. Though she arrived with a broken heart, it was soon mended by the man who would become her husband, the son of Kisei, who herself had been born to Isari on winds of tragedy. Kisei was a child of the deep, born in Sui no Sato. For her gifts she was exiled, but when her courage and tenacity found a new home on the shores of the Ruby Sea, she was a devoted wife and mother, and though not related by blood, she loved Minato as if she were their own. This is how she lived, how they all lived, and how they should be remembered. Let your hearts swell not with sorrow, but with joy for their memory. Know that a proof of their mark left on this world shall remain here, enshrined within the Swallow's Compass for all eternity. Let us still our voices, in silence pray for their souls, that they may share in the peace we have found. So, Monk Gosetsu, huh? That was supposed to be a joke. Traditionally, the Royal Mausoleum is reserved for the ruling clans, but I've no doubt Lord Cayenne would approve of his son's decision. Many tears were shed throughout the ceremony, not for grief, but for relief, I think. Happiness, even. Well, I certainly wasn't expecting battle with a blasphemy as a prelude to the ceremony. At least now we may breathe easy, if only for a short while. The villagers have all returned home, and I believe it is time we did the same. Alright then, let's head back to the Enclave. I swear you used to not be able to click there. But maybe it's because I have the quests there? Well, that those quests didn't appear there in the past. Anyway, let's head back over to the Enclave. Wrap up this portion. Oh, well, we're gonna have to head back to Radz at Han, so we're not quite done. I'm not yet well versed in healing magics, but thankfully, it was enough to be of some use to Lord Hien. Yeah, we were getting wrecked before you got here, Gosetsu. Never in my wildest dreams did I foresee Gosetsu embracing the ascetic arts. Yeah, I understand. We have held a national funeral and slain a blasphemy besides. A rather productive day, would you not agree? Well, yeah, that's pretty productive, I'd say. The former conscripts will be elated to finally return home. Speaking of returns, I think I speak for all of us when I say your appearance at the Swallow's Compass came as something as a shock. What of your injuries from training while he healed them? Quite painful for some time, I assure you. Despite my best efforts to reclaim my former skills, my back and my hips vigorously protested. Relatable. I planned to sleep that I might be well rested for the morrow's hunt, but a voice called out to me. I was needed, so I grabbed my cane and ran as quickly as my ailing body would allow. The cane suits you, Gosetsu, but your mastery of healing magics was a sight to behold, almost as surprising as your resurrection following the fall of Doma Castle. I'm still but a novice in dire need of training. Well, I can help you. I'm a white mage and a scholar. 'Tis my hope that I may be able to refine my Ascetic arts during my next pilgrimage. So, you are leaving then? Worry not, Lord Hien. Should you find yourself in dire straits once more, I shall fly to your side. Not as a samurai, perhaps, but I will nonetheless give our enemies cause to tremble. I believe they would. And with that, I take my leave. Though it may be years, if not decades, until we truly make peace with our past, we have turned a corner and begun to heal. We may look to the future unburdened by grief, ignored and sadness denied. The path ahead is ever fraught with peril, but we shall walk it with our eyes unclouded, and with pride. You have done so much for us, for Doma. I wish there was more I could do for you. Well, you can give me some completion on my quests and an achievement. I'd like that very much. If I may ask one last favor, before you leave, please inform our representative at Radzit Han with the blast. How I have to leave here to go to Radzit Han. Whatever. Please inform our representative at Radzit Han that the blasphemy has been vanquished and the people of Doma are safe. With any luck, our experiences here will prove useful to the other nations yet to grapple with these beasts, except you guys are the last one that I did. Anyway. Canonically, they're all done at the same time, I think. Anyway, let's talk to these two, then we'll head back to Radzit Han. Safe travels, Brilliant, and may the Kami bless you. The people of Sui no Sato will be relieved to hear of recent events. I wonder what Mother and Father would say. I don't know, but I'm going to head back to Radzit Han and we'll wrap this up. And that took a little bit, actually, I mean, it took about as long as the other ones, so I guess I should have expected that I wouldn't want to really have, I wouldn't want to, we don't really have time to do the final quest, but we'll go ahead and wrap this one up, and then that'll be all for today. I know on the to-do list, we have the Master Rule quest, but we'll do that another time. Let's go ahead and talk to the Doman Delegate and wrap things up. Lady Brilliant, you're returned. What word from Doma? Oh yeah, we killed it. Or rather, I did. Well no, Chad Gosetsu was there. I mean, Monk Gosetsu was there. The blasphemy is no more. This is wonderful news. I must inform the other delegates at once. Thank you again for answering our summons. If another threat should rear its dastardly head, I pray we can count on your assistance again. Please don't. I'd rather have a break. You now die job specific here. Right now I can die this if I really want to. Alright, that was the last of the role quests. Now this is the master role quest, but we're not gonna do that today. Cause I'm tired. That ended up taking about as long as the others, but my brain forgot how long those take. Anyway. That's gonna be all for today. Let's just lean against the wall like we started off here. Let's end it off here. that's gonna be all for today. Whoops, I didn't mean to take a screenshot. That's gonna be all for today. Hope you had a good time. Next scheduled stream will be on Saturday when I'll figure out exactly what we're gonna do. But we still got some 6.2 stuff to do. Plus we got this master role quest to do. So we'll probably just go ahead and try and get all of the 6.2 stuff done. Well, because there's several small things to do. And then we also got this master role quest to do. So we'll probably do all the small things on Saturday. Oh wait, we still got the... We've still got the... There's one last thing. We still got the last of the Arcos Adar quests. The last Arcos Adar quest. Because I'm not going to get enough rep until tomorrow's tribal quest to unlock the last one. So we still need to finish the last Arcos Adar quest and unlock the Omicrons. And then that we'll just gradually do as we go. And then we also got the role quest, the next to Tara's Grand Endeavor, the first quest in Tales of Newfound Adventure, and then Pandemonium, the next leg of Pandemonium. Obviously, we're not going to get that done in one weekend, so we'll have to I'll figure out exactly when we're going to be doing that. But, until then, goodbye.